Some manipulation doesn't hit you like a punch. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. The most dangerous manipulation a man will ever face is the one he doesn't recognize until he's already broken. It's quiet. It's subtle. It's patient. It's the kind that rewires you slowly, one comment, one sigh, one moment of withdrawal at a time, until you start doubting your instincts, second-guessing your thoughts, and apologizing for things you didn't even do. This is the manipulation every man should fear: covert emotional abuse. And no one warns you about it until you're already trapped. It doesn't begin with violence. It doesn't begin with insults. It begins with corrections. It's fine, but you should have done it this way. You didn't mean it like that, right? I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. She never raises her voice. She doesn't have to. She raises your anxiety instead. You start adjusting your behavior, your tone, your decisions, your body language, not to be better, but to avoid triggering her disappointment. That's not love. That's psychological conditioning. This is where the real damage begins. She stops appreciating you. She starts expecting you. Everything you do becomes normal, minimum, barely enough. You buy dinner? Other men take their daughter on trips. You help her with something? That's what men do. Are you trying to talk about your feelings? You're being dramatic. Your worth doesn't decrease. Your value in her eyes does. And a man who keeps trying to prove something to someone who refuses to see his value is a man who begins to shrink silently. Her real weapon isn't shouting, it's withdrawal. She sighs. She goes quiet. She gives half answers. She gives cold energy. She becomes tired. And you, because you don't want to lose her, start chasing her comfort. You adjust. You apologize. You fix yourself. Even when you didn't break anything. That's the trap. You become the one maintaining the relationship she's slowly destroying. This is where men start losing themselves. You stop trusting your judgment. You stop initiating conversations. You stop expressing opinions. You stop taking up space. You begin asking permission for everything. Is this okay? Do you mind? What do you think? Not because you're weak, but because every disagreement turns into emotional punishment, and you learn to avoid pain by avoiding yourself. Covertly abusive women don't isolate you directly. They isolate you psychologically. Suddenly, your friends are a bad influence. Your hobbies take too much time. Your family doesn't really like her. Slowly, your world shrinks until the only person left in it is the one destroying it. And the moment she isolates you emotionally, your self-worth becomes tied to her approval. That's when she owns you. She starts reframing everything as your fault. Her attitude: I act like this because you made me upset. Her disrespect: I wouldn't talk like this if you didn't frustrate me. Her coldness: I'm distant because you don't care enough. Every reaction becomes your responsibility. Every disappointment becomes your failure. And slowly, you stop defending yourself and start defending her perception of you. That's psychological slavery. Here's the cruel cycle. When she feels you drifting away, she becomes sweet again, soft, caring, attentive. Suddenly, she's the woman you fell in love with. But it's not love, it's maintenance. She gives affection only when she feels you slipping. And when she has you back, she withdraws again. This cycle creates addiction, and she knows it. This is the part no man admits. You stop recognizing yourself. You're calm, but not in a healthy way. You're numb. You're quieter, but not peaceful. You're suppressed. You're more patient, but only because you've stopped believing your emotions deserve space. You become the version of you that she can control, not the man you actually are. Every man hits a point, a moment where you realize, if I keep living like this, I'm going to lose myself completely. Not from a fight, not from a dramatic moment, from the quiet realization that she is not nurturing your life. She's draining it. That's when something inside you shuts off. Not your love, your willingness to tolerate the manipulation. When you step back, even slightly, the entire dynamic shifts. You stop over-explaining. You stop apologizing for nothing. You stop chasing reassurance. You stop trying to anticipate her moods. Your silence becomes louder than anything you've ever said. And suddenly, she panics because the power she had came from your participation in her manipulation, and now you're no longer playing the role she gave you. When you distance yourself, she will accuse you of acting different, try to guilt trip you, become unusually sweet, question your loyalty, demand explanation, start acting insecure. She's not reacting to losing you. She's reacting to losing control. There's a difference, a huge one. Once you emotionally detach, you see the manipulation you used to excuse. You recognize the tone, the size, the subtle punishments, the silent treatments, the calculated concern. You realize none of it was love. It was management, control, psychological shaping. And the moment a man sees the pattern, he can never unsee it. This is where men change permanently. You regain your voice. You regain your confidence. You regain your boundaries. You regain your identity. And ironically, you become the version of yourself she pretended she wanted, but now can't handle. Because a woman who thrives on covert abuse cannot coexist with a man who knows his worth. Men, hear this clearly. You don't fall apart because a woman told you. You fall apart because a woman slowly convinces you that you're not enough unless she approves. The manipulation you should fear is the one you justify because you love her. Wake up, reclaim yourself, and remember, the right woman won't need to break you from feeling powerful. The wrong woman will break you quietly so you never notice it happening.